What is going on, YouTube? Brian back again with another YouTube video, and it is episode 2 of the Untamed and Uncut Sports Podcast, and the time has come. I did miss last week. I ended up getting called into work, and then the semester began, and this past weekend I was shoveling snow the entire time. So yeah, you can say it's been pretty fun for me. So sorry it took so long, but I had to get one in here, so I am actually going to save MLB until after the Super Bowl is over. This is going to be my last video before the Super Bowl because I do have some homework I got to take care of, and I am going to have a homework assignment for the Super Bowl, which I am very excited for because it is a coaching class, and I am in for coaching and physical education with the dream of coaching football. So, we are here. It is Super Bowl time. Because who gives a fuck about the Pro Bowl? Nobody. I'm not even going to watch it. I'm going to spend my time probably gaming and watching Star Wars over that bullshit. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about the Super Bowl, obviously. We're going to break down everything on both teams. We're going to break down individual stats and rankings. We're going to break down overall team rankings, how they compare to the rest of the league, and how they match up on all aspects. And with coaching, offense, defense, special teams, the whole 9 yards. We are going to go through it all. And then at the end of the day, at the end of this section, I am going to make a prediction. If you guys saw my predictions video, which it's been up for like a month now, so I hope you would have at least watched it by now. I actually got my Super Bowl prediction correct. I did get a couple of games wrong, but the overall Super Bowl prediction was correct. I had Patriots and Seahawks in the Super Bowl, and that's exactly what happened, so I am actually very proud of that I got the Super Bowl prediction correct. I thought it was going to be the Rams. Actually, in Madden, when we were doing the forecast tokens to predict, I actually ended up going with the Rams, which that ended up being a mistake. But, I still got the Patriots right, so that felt good as far as Madden is concerned. But as far as my predictions video, getting the Super Bowl correct before the wild card even began, that was a huge thing for me, and I am very proud of that. I typically don't get these right. I usually get a good amount of games right, but it's usually like the final, like in the conference championship where it messes everything up. But this time around, I got it. Seahawks, Patriots in the Super Bowl. So I am very proud of that. So let's look at the overall. Let's take a look at the season leaders. So right now, the matchup predictor. This actually, compared to, I think, yesterday or a couple days ago, it actually went up 0.4 in favor of the Patriots. So this could improve over time to where it could be like a 45-55 scenario. But when it first came out, it was 60-40 on the dot. So, I mean, as a Patriots fan, we're embracing that underdog role, the Road Warriors. I feel this is very similar to the first Super Bowl 36, I think. No. Is it 36? The Rams one. I feel it was. I could be wrong. Let me know if I got the number wrong, but I want to say it was 36. Sometimes I get my numbers wrong, but when I kind of get that vibe from that Super Bowl where nobody expected us to be here, nobody's expecting us to win, and we're just kind of embracing that role as the Road Warriors, the underdogs. And this year, out of all of it this year, has just felt different. When I was young, watching Tom Brady and the Patriots going to the Super Bowl, as my computer is fucking up. But when I felt this at such a young age, I didn't think too much about it. It was just like, oh, we go to another Super Bowl. This is great. That's the indication I was one spoiled motherfucker when I was young, and I still am a spoiled motherfucker when it comes to success in Boston sports. I'm willing to admit that, and I'm pretty proud of it. So, it's allowed me to strive for for greatness in what I do in life overall. You know, just the motivation, it keeps me going. But this year has just felt so special. And even my dad, when I talked to my dad about this, he's like, you haven't been around in the 70s and 80s. And no, I was not. And I'm sure that was a pretty shit time to be a Patriots fan. I'm pretty sure it was. I mean, I've seen some of the film. I've seen some of the games from back then. We sucked. But, I mean, looking at this now, no matter what happens going forward, as a personal Patriots fan, I'm talking personally, and then we'll get into the professional stuff in a minute. Personally, no matter what happens in this Super Bowl, I am very proud of what the Patriots were able to accomplish this year. Fuck the easy schedule, okay? First of all, the Patriots don't make the schedule. The NFL tells you who you play. And being 8-26, 4-13 in the past 2 seasons, 4-13 each season at 8-26, are you really surprised we got an easy schedule based off of that? I sure as hell am not. But you can only play who's in front of you. So, and we'll talk about I'll also get into the Patriots' opponents next season after everything else, after I get through all the coaching hires, when I go through coordinators, GMs, head coaches, and all that. I'll go over the Patriots' schedule, and that's what we'll close it out with for the season. You can only play who's in front of you. You know, it was unfortunate for me for this stuff to happen, because it does bring up that talk, which is what you're expected to get when you get in a certain position like this. But my thought process is that, well, Buffalo had the same schedule. If the roles were switched, this wouldn't be as big of a discussion. This is only a big discussion because the Patriots are in it. We're back once again. We were gone for about 9 years, and look at us, we're back. We're back. Sorry, not 9 years. My brain is not mathing right now. I think 7 years since we've been to the big dance. 7-8 years since we've been to the big dance. And the first thing we get when we come back, easy schedule. And I'll break that down once we get into it. But why don't we start off with the Seattle Seahawks. Now, heading into the regular season, I'm going to go through regular season stats and postseason stats. So, first of all, JSN. Absolute, an incredible wide receiver. Has lived up to the expectation when DK Metcalf was traded to Pittsburgh. He is my offensive player of the year, no doubt about it, in my mind. Kenneth Walker, 1,000-yard rusher, very good running back. It sucked they lost Zach Charbonnet. I would have loved to see that. But, I mean, it does suck that they lost him, because I think he's such a good running back. And I think that duo is one of the best, arguably one of the best duos in football. So, I mean, to lose them, I feel bad for them. But Kenneth Walker is definitely capable of being that 4-down back that they need him to be, because we've seen it before. So I'm very excited for Kenneth Walker. I think if anybody is going to shine in this one, it's going to be him, which I will get to that. Ernest Jones, absolute beast. Led the team in tackles, led the team in interceptions. And as far as the team overall, let's look at the team. Let's look at what they're doing, what they did in the regular season. So they were a very high-scoring offense. Same with the Patriots. They were Seattle offensively. They were putting up 28.4 points per game. I think that is top 5. I'm pretty sure that's top 5. And then opponents are being held to just 17.2, which that tells you alone how good that defense is. Total points is almost doubled. Total touchdowns is almost doubled. So, that's what you would get out of a team that is in a Super Bowl. It's what you expect. This is the best team in the NFC, no doubt. This is the best team heading into the playoffs. I think overall, this is the overall AFC and NFC. This was the best team heading into the playoffs. and they've shown that. And I am very excited to face them. If we take a look at, let's head back to the individual stats right here. Sam Darnold had a great year. All right, he had a good, great, but not amazing season. And the reason why it's not amazing is the turnovers. Sam Darnold has the most turnovers out of any quarterback in the NFL right now, even over Geno Smith. And I think he's actually tied with Geno Smith, if I'm not mistaken. But Sam Darnold does turn the ball over quite a bit. He has 14 interceptions, and Sam Darnold also has 3 fumbles. He lost one, so that's 15, but he did lose the ball 3 times. And so I think if you're a Seahawks fan, I think you should be a little concerned about that. His protection has been really good. Only 27 sacks this season. So the offensive line has held up big time. And a rating of almost 100, 99.1, very, very good year. Sam Darnold, to me, has proven that he has found his groove. And this is the quarterback that the Jets drafted number 3 overall, and that's what that people were expecting to get out of him. But he didn't, because he was with the Jets, and the Jets are a dysfunctional fucking franchise. And we all know it as football fans. This isn't even Patriots bias. I can guarantee you, every NFL fan you can ask, who is the most dysfunctional franchise, or one of the most dysfunctional franchises, or even cursed, I would say. I think the Jets are at the top of that list. So, I mean, it took a while for him to get on his feet. He had to go to the Panthers. He was solid over there, but not great. He wasn't really starter worthy. He was more backup worthy. Then he got to Minnesota, and things just started to come together. And he even proved that being in Seattle. I will say, if he is going to be the $100 million man that they expect him to be, those turnovers have to come down if you're Sam Darnold. Again, I already went over Kenneth Walker, Zach Charbonnet. Amazing duo, running back duo. Sucks to lose Charbonnet. So George Halani will be coming in place of Zach Charbonnet. I will say, Rashid Shaheed this postseason, and I will get to postseason stats in a minute. Rashid Shaheed has been a fucking monster since coming into Seattle. He has been the guy that they expected him to be. Now, the regular season doesn't tell you much. Actually, this is rushing. So I'm looking at the wrong thing. So why don't we go over to receiving, actually get to the right fucking position. In 9 games, he had 15 receptions, 188 yards, and no touchdowns, and had a longer 33. And he has 3 big plays. You know? Yeah, which is 20-plus yards receiving, which is amazing. He has been that deep ball guy that they expect him to be. So he is going to be a problem on the deep field, especially if you're able to shut down JSN. Like, if you for some reason double cover him, Rashid Shaheed is just going to break he's just going to break a zone, or he's just going to break. He's just going to torch a corner, and he's going to go deep. So Patriots have to be careful of that. Jake Bobo had a great year last year. Was almost non-existent this season, but has come together in the postseason with a nice big catch. Ernest Jones, I don't have to say much. 15 games, 126 tackles is amazing. Only a half a sack and 4 tackles for loss. He's kind of that second-level guy that you need to stay away from. He's not really much of a rusher. He's kind of more of a stopper. He'll let him run into you, but he'll just take you down. Rarely does he ever blitz. I mean, it was only 4 tackles for loss. And 5 interceptions is very impressive for a linebacker. I'm going to tell you that right now. And he even took one for a touchdown. So, I mean, that's a guy to watch. Rookie Nick Emewarie, very fast, very dangerous safety. You never know what to expect out of him. He is one of those guys that's going to pop out of nowhere. And he's a guy to watch. He's been on a safety blitz, 2.5 sacks. Devin Witherspoon has come together. Only 12 games this season. He has a half sack for 4 yards, 2 tackles for loss, 7 passes defended, 1 interception for 3, returned for 3 yards. Kobe Bryant he keeps getting better every year, so I'm excited for him. Leonard Williams, amazing pickup. He has been exactly what I thought he would. Byron Murphy, Tyrese Knight, Jason Jobe, who has stepped up big time. D-Law, what more can you expect from him? He has been amazing, 6 sacks, which I believe, no, it doesn't lead the team. We even have some better players here. Uchenna Nwosu, I love this guy. He is a guy to watch. Leonard Williams, Byron Murphy, D-Law, Jared Reed, defensive tackle. Boye Mafe, kind of a quiet, sneaky, quiet linebacker. So keep an eye on him. Julian Love, great free safety. Reek Wallen, he is one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL. He is one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL. One of. I would say top 5. So, I mean, this guy, we have a very strong lineup here. And then let's look at the postseason for them. If my computer will load. And it is not responding, so if you can hear me. I'm not sure. Hold on, just give it a second. There we go. We got it. We're back. All right, let's take a look at the postseason. So in 2 games, Sam Darnold is 37 of 53, 69.8 completion percentage, 470 yards, 4 touchdowns, 5 sacks, no interceptions, no fumbles for Sam Darnold. Actually, a fumble from Sam Darnold, but it was picked up. So, does have a first down. Cooper Kupp. He's more of a veteran presence out there. Another guy I forgot to mention, but he hasn't really done much this season, but has become a veteran presence, especially in the playoffs. Has stepped up in 2 games, 96 yards, a touchdown. JSN, no surprise, 13 receptions, 172 yards, 2 touchdowns. Yards after catch is amazing. 58 is incredible. And the same like Kenneth Walker, 72, only has 7 receptions for 78 yards, but yards after catch at 72, that's awesome. That is something you want to see out of your wide receiver. And then Jake Bobo has a touchdown, so somebody to look out for. DeMarcus Lawrence and Leonard Williams have gone to the quarterback. DeMarcus Lawrence this offseason has forced 3 fumbles. That is incredible. And that's something that the Patriots are going to have to look after, and that is a problem that they're going to have to look at. So, I mean, Seahawks have just played incredible. I mean, what is there to say? Like this is the best team in football, in my opinion. But just because you're the best team doesn't mean you're going to win. And in turn, we'll head to the Patriots. Very slept on, in my opinion. Let's head to the regular season. Drake May, MVP candidate. I don't think he wins MVP. I think it goes to Matthew Stafford at the end of the day. But Drake May, 17 games, 354 completions for 72 completion percentage. It tops the NFL. 4,394 yards, 31 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, along with 103 carries for 450 yards and 4 touchdowns, along with 2 fumbles. Overall in the regular season, he has protected the ball. Now it does need to clean up a little bit. Obviously, it does need to clean up. But I mean, I think overall they just handled the football very well. They limit turnovers offensively, and and TreVeyon Henderson, what a rookie season from him. He's not going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. It's going to go to Ted McMillan, in my opinion. But him being a candidate, I think that's something you look for heading in. Ramondre Stevenson, very slept on. Early in the season, 2 fumbles. I think that was both in one game. I think it was against Pittsburgh, if I remember correctly. Ramondre Stevenson had 2 fumbles, lost them both. But since then has bounced back, has not turned the ball over. Absolutely amazing from Ramondre. 630 yards, 603 yards is nothing to sleep on. You know, the Patriots can beat you with power, and then you get that quickness with TreVeyon Henderson. And you also have that running ability with Drake May. Antonio Gibson, he's been lost for the season, pretty much the entire season with a torn ACL. Terrell Jennings, he's been out. Deontay Johnson coming up from the practice squad. Pop Douglas, Mack, Kyle, Diggs has been the receiver I hoped he would. He didn't need to be this eye-popping wide receiver. He just needed to go out there and make plays. And boy, has he made plays. 1,000 yards, 4 touchdowns. I mean, it's a 1,000-yard receiver. You know, we haven't had that in many years. So that's always going to help. Hunter Henry, I feel so happy for him. He gets his opportunity after being with the Patriots since pretty much after Brady left. Kayshon Boutte, he has stepped up. Mac Hollins, Pop, Austin Hooper. A lot of these guys are just... The numbers aren't eye-popping, but that's because Drake May spreads the ball out. He gives everybody opportunities. And while Sam Darnold does that, there's always that one guy that you know is going to get the ball, and that's JSN. You know, and here's the thing with... Yeah, most of the passes are going to go to Diggs, but at the same time, you have these other receivers that can just pop off at any moment. Like, you never know with this Patriots team. They're very sneaky. The numbers aren't eye-popping, but they will make plays. And that is kind of the key for me in this game. Defensively, Robert Spillane missed out on 100 tackles, as he typically does. He usually hits the 100 tackle mark, but he missed 4 games due to injury. Christian Ellis had a breakout year, in my opinion. He's having 94 tackles. I think this guy is really good. If you watch that Giants game, he was all over the place, and I am so excited for him in the future. Jack Gibbons was all right. He wasn't great, but he was a solid backup. Craig Woodson, the rookie. I actually want to get to this rookie class for a second. Well, actually, I'll get to that. Let's go to this rookie class for a second. This is something I want to. This rookie class is one of the reasons why this team is so successful. Here's the thing: Will Campbell, we all know he's solid. Trayvon Henderson, Kyle Williams, Jared Wilson, all 5 of these guys right here. Campbell, Henderson, Kyle, Wilson, and Woodson. All of them are starters. And then you can add Andy Borregales there and Julian Ashby. All these guys are starters. Along with Braden Swinson, who is on the 50... Every single one of these guys is on the 53-man roster. And they have all contributed to the Patriots' success. That is, people talk about spending money in free agency, but you also have to nail the draft. And I think the Patriots absolutely nailed this draft. And I think that's the... And that plays a part in why they're in the Super Bowl right now. It's because these rookies have stepped up. Andy Borregales for a minute. He struggled early on, but really started to pick up. He was not missing kicks for a long stretch of time until the Denver game. I mean, I give him a break there, but he's been very good. I'm excited for him. Marcus Bryant, whenever somebody was out, especially when Morgan Moses wasn't playing, he steps up and he comes in and plays. Kobe Minor, you don't see much of him, but he's on the 53-man roster for a reason. Mr. Irrelevant. He's on the roster. And just... It's a testament to how much of a turnaround this is. So if you look at this for a second, we're actually going to compare team stats here. We're going to go by rankings, if I can find that real quick. Let's go to power rankings, I think. I think that's going to be the power rankings. No, that's not it. Sorry. Let's go to stats. And my computer's freezing up again. Okay, now we're starting to get things together. Actually, yeah, I am here. Let's go to stat leaders, team leaders, defensive leaders in yards per game. Houston was the team that dominated that. Houston, Denver, Seattle is currently 6th, while the Patriots are 8th in that category. Let's see. Let's look at rushing. Jacksonville Jaguars, one of the top run. Let's look at yards per game, actually. That's going to be better. Here's the one thing I want to talk about. So the Patriots' yards per game with rushing, this one is a little bit misconstrued. Because while we were healthy, there was a stretch during this time where the Patriots didn't have Robert Spillane and Milton Williams. This is where most of our numbers went up. If you watch Patriots games, you realize that when this team is healthy, they are the best run defense in the NFL. With Milton Williams and Robert Spillane, these guys do not give up yardage. You started to see that the Patriots were giving up rushing yards when Robert Spillane and Milton Williams were not on the field, especially when Milton Williams was not on the field. This is misconstrued. So keep an eye on that. I'm going to tell you, Kenneth Walker is going to have a tough time getting past this healthy Patriots defense. And I say healthy with the quote-unquote because at this point in the season, nobody's 100%. So take that with a grain of salt. And Seattle's run defense is no trouble either. I think they would be on this level as well. I think the Patriots would be closer to the Jaguars than they would be with the Seahawks in Denver, actually. That's how good this run defense is. Now, pass defense, there's a lot of work still to be done. 193 yards per game given up, but at the same time, if we go down, if I can find it, that's right below. So they're pretty much dead even. I'm sorry, I was blind for a second. But as far as pass defense in yards per game, these guys are dead. The teams are dead even. Dead even in the run game. In the pass game, when it comes to pass defense. These two are dead even, while I think the Patriots, despite the numbers, what they say, I think are the stronger run defense than Seattle because of who they did not have. I promise you that. So keep an eye on that run defense. They're gonna get shut down. If you look at the postseason too, which I can't do that right now, which kind of sucks, but. Let's go over to turnovers. Turnover differentials. Patriots at a +3, while Seattle is at a -3. Let's go to takeaways, interceptions. Actually, let's go to giveaways first. This is what I want to talk to you guys about. The giveaways. So, giveaway-wise, the Patriots have 8, and the Patriots have 8 fumbles as well. That's 16. See, this is the difference for me. Let's go to total. The Seahawks have the second most turnovers. Giveaways in the entire NFL. This is on the offensive side of the ball. They have turned the ball over 28 times. This is where the difference for me is in this game. Because I think overall these teams are deadlocked. Dead even. Fuck the schedule. The numbers tell the story. And this is the thing that I want to talk about is Seattle's turnovers. 28. That is the second most in the NFL. Whereas the Patriots are, I think, top 10 in the least amount of giveaways. Now, let's go to actual takeaways. When I say the same thing about the giveaways, I can say the same thing about the Seahawks defense as well. They have 25 total turnovers. Sorry. So, while they turn the ball over, they also take the ball away as well. So you get that mix of you never know what you're going to see out of Seattle. Whereas for the Patriots, they took away the ball 19 times. And they've only given the ball away 16 times. So they protect the ball. But when it's necessary, they take the ball away as well. So both of these teams are deadlocked. Special teams. I am gonna give the I 100% the and I can only look at regular season. I wish I could look at post, but I can't for some reason. Where am I gonna give Seattle? Oh, I can look at postseason in this one. I couldn't. I look at it for offense for some reason. I don't know if you saw that, but special teams wise, I am giving the edge to Seattle. Okay, I think Seattle has the two best kicker punter duos in all of football: Jason Myers and Michael Dixon. With Andy Borregales as the kicker, he's solid, but he's still got a long way to go. And Bryce Baringer. I'm a little disappointed with him because I remember talking about him. I was high on him when he came out of Michigan State. He was booting it like 60 yards consistently. I think he even hit 70 at one point in college. And then like ever since he's come to the NFL, his power has just dropped to like 50s, 40s. I'm very disappointed in that. And it's a worrisome for me. Very worrisome. And I think it's something that needs to be addressed in the offseason. I don't know how many years Behringer has left, but I think we need to look at a new punter heading into the next season. I want to see if he can redeem himself, keep himself a little longer in the Super Bowl. So we'll see, but I'm losing faith in Behringer. The hype was real for me. I really love the pickup, but he has not been that guy. So I am giving the McVay has to get going offensively. That's the key for me. .346 yards, 25 of 36, 3 touchdowns. Why is that? Well, to me, it's very simple. The Rams did I think that's the key for Seattle here. Force the MVP. I think when it comes to QB decision making, the advantage for me goes to Drake May because he's very smart and because what I noticed with the Patriots is that they lead heading into the second half. If for that left side specifically, Will Campbell, you have to play your best game here. Will Campbell has to play his best game. He is going to be going up against some good pass rushers in DeMarcus Lawrence, in I think Boye Mafe, Uchenna Nwosu. You know, I don't know. Actually, I think Morgan Moses is going to get D-Law, so Will Campbell has to lock down here. I think the game that he had against Denver, I think is good enough. But if you want to ensure victory, you have to play your best game. We have a tough matchup here. This is going to be a back-and-forth game at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, let's go back to the game. We're going to go to the Super Bowl. And we're going to make our predictions. I'm going to make my predictions on the bets. And then I'll pick a winner. And then we will head into coaching. We get over here. My computer is very slow. So let's head to the money line here. We have right now the spread is at 4.5 in favor of Seattle. I'm taking the Patriots spread here because I think no matter what happens, whether it's win or lose, I think it's going to be a 3-possession game, or at least a 3-point game or a 4-point game. Over under, I'm going on the over on 45.5, and I am taking the Patriots money line because I have the Patriots winning this game. I think with the blitzing defensively, defense has won us a lot of games. Here's the thing. Offense won us a lot of games in the regular season, but the defense won us every single game in the postseason. If they come together, the Patriots are going to be a hard team to beat. And I think that's exactly what happens in the biggest game of the season. As the defense will step up, the offense will get going. So we're going to start off with the Tennessee Titans. We're going to start off with the Washington Commanders.
On Good Morning Football, we played musical chairs. We physically played it. And if Kyle remembers,
Thanksgiving game, he was pretty solid against the Packers, but